I need. If I could see a thing, that would be cool. Ugh, I've slept too long. Oh shit. Cabbage? Oh, it would be one over, I think. Yeah, it looks. Hopefully I remember before. Stealth keeper.
What stuff kill you, bitch?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's rude. Oh, when I was eating before, I bit the inside of my cheek, like to the point where there was like a blood blister.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It hurt.
Don't do it.
Well, I did it, and it happened in that game. Someone help me. But yeah. Good thing I didn't come over here before.
Oh shit.
These people have just been outside for an entire week.
Oh my lord.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here. That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
Damn. How much I could do there.
Peter, this is all we need.
You're not even hitting me.
We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz.
Auschwitz?
I say we don't want any of that kind of
Auschwitz.
stuff around here.
Why do you pronounce it
Shit,
Auschwitz?
What makes you think this has anything to do with
Who
Neuhof?
knows? People pronounce all
Local
this
stud
shit
farm
in this game are real
recognized
weird.
Auschwitz among the bandits.
He's saying Auschwitz too.
No bandits or murderers.
What the fuck? Earlier they were saying Auschwitz.
They say he had a limp.
It's Auschwitz.
Shit.
Oh my
I
god.
need to introduce you
Not that shit again.
to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Fuck you, dude. I'm getting my there we go.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's alright with you.
Oh.
You can take this
Oh,
mess
shit.
off my hands and welcome to it. As for...
Wait, what are they? Oh, I guess it's only one.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Oh my god.
Look and ask all you like.
Why is it so quiet?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? The non-party audio is at max, but when you talk it's like impossible to hear the cutscene. Usually it's the other way around.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Maybe they just did it after he died? After they killed him? Oh, that was weird. He didn't even say good day or anything. What's up?
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know anything about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
Farewell.
Marsh.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help.
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance he was no good.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all and
That's all.
may the Lord watch over you.
Pavel! Look, it's Pavel.
God be with you, good sir.
I've come in...
Of course. Ask.
Oh, that guy just shoved me closer.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He was a drunk. He was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much. But I wouldn't wish an end like that on anyone.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day...
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone...
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all.
God be with you.
God be with you. Oh no, don't wait, hey, whoa, where are you going? You fucking assholes. I wanted to question the other guy. Where is he? Look. Talk to me.
Good health to you.
I've come in the...
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you. Well, what do I care? Ask.
Alright, asshole, I regret talking to you now.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea.
Have you noticed anything
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the tavern.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home at all.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin.
That's all.
Take care.
Oh, is there more people? Talk to Bubble. Talk to the bailiff.
Hey,
Greetings.
I've come in the name...
Ask away.
Who was this?
He was a drunkard and a beast.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
What do I care about that scoundrel?
Do you know who Lu...
He was always a loner, except...
That's all.
Gosh, can you tell me anything different? Maybe I should have waited. I mean, I'm sure they still would have walked away. It's kind of annoying. I thought I talked to everyone with a unique name. Oh, cabbage. Please be good still. It. I hope. Oh, it was okay. Does the dog have anything to say about Lubosh? Shut up.
Hey, is someone there?
No. Talk to me. Come here. Come out. Yes? Talk to me.
Good morning.
I've come in the... Who was this Luke?
You could see at first glance.
I already talked
That's
to you.
all.
Goodbye.
What about this man?
Jesus Christ.
I've come in the...
Of course, Haskell.
That man Luke...
He was a drunk who was always...
That's all.
Who are you?
What about this guy? I might... Son of a bitch. Who are you?
Jesus.
Sir Hanush gives a job like that.
That's all.
Oh, they took the eunuch names away from them. They're all just villager now. Does anyone still have a eunuch name then? He's the same bitch I just talked
God
to.
be with you.
I've come in the name...
Ask away.
Who was this?
He was a drunk.
Yes.
That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
The horses, all slaughtered. Poor Zor. Good morning.
I've come in the...
I don't know how I can help you, but
Who was this?
you could see at first glance
Have you noticed any...
there wasn't sight or sound of him for.
Whoa, you're really
That's all.
close.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, what about you guys? Villager. Villager.
God be with you.
I've come in the...
I don't know nothing about.
Have you noticed any...
Come to think of it, he was in church. I was wondering.
That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
Ugly man. What about you?
Good God.
I've come in the...
Ask all you want.
Oh, it sure
Who
is
was
this
Luke who
white.
was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword.
Have you noticed anything
Everything about him was suspicious.
Do you know what Lou Bosch...
How would I know?
Do you know who Lou Bosch...
I don't know.
What?
That's all.
That was useless. You're useless. Didn't I talk to you already?
What else you?
Yes.
Take care now.
Leave me alone now.
I'll be with you. Sylvia.
Good morning.
Nope.
Goodbye.
You either. Yosef, is it you?
Good day to you.
Oh my god, you're creepy. I haven't
Come in
talked
the
to you
name
though.
of Sir...
I don't know nothing about him.
That man Lou Bosch...
I didn't really know him.
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it, I was wondering what he was up to.
Do you know what Lou Bosch...
I was coming from the tavern very late. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow.
Do you know anyone Lou...
Not with anyone from the village.
That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
It's not Yosef. Fuck. You gave me hope. Oh, itchy. Look, lady.
Take care.
I'm getting out. Just trying to find the door with my bag. Good God, how the fuck do I find the right person? You look out, bitch. What about you? Hey. What about you? Why can't I even talk to you?
Goodbye.
talk to you guys. I don't think so.
What?
What? What?
God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
I know I didn't talk to this many
Good
people.
health.
Maybe it
God be
just
with you.
people just repeat themselves. Or different
Good
people
God.
say the same shit.
May the Lord watch over you.
Did I tell you about my wife's lace making?
No, I didn't know she did that.
She only started not long ago. Always in the evening while there's still a bit of light. She sits down and gets on with it. And she's quite deft at it by now.
I'm not surprised. Betty was always good with her hands.
You're right there. Anyway, I showed a couple of pieces she made last time to old Tonda from Tabor, the one I buy goods from. And he said right away he'll take them. And how much do I want for them?
Well, now.
I was surprised myself. But I wasn't sure Betty would even want to sell them. So I asked for a high price. And he says, that's fine. And started counting out the coin there and then.
Just like that? What I heard about him, he's a right skinflint. And what did Betty have to say?
She was pleased, as you can imagine. Even more when I told her Tonda will take everything she makes.
That's great. A bit of extra coin never hurts.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm glad your wife has found something that she enjoys. Why are you both whistling? That should be illegal. Townsman?
God be with you.
It's just how it goes.
God be with you.
Oh my good God.
Jesus.
Goodbye.
Jesus, goodbye. I know I talked to you. Maybe this guy? Marish? Oh wait, I talked to her as well.
Good morning. Good luck then.
Wait, what? What was it? White? No, it wasn't.
May the Lord watch over you.
Good day to you.
Lubosh?
I've come in the name.
I don't know nothing.
That's all.
Farewell.
What about the scribe? Hey, you know anything about Lubosh? Oh, but the bailiff is in here.
Good day to you.
I've come in the...
Of course.
Have you noticed any...
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a...
Do you know anyone...
He was a loner.
That's all.
God be with you.
God be with you.
Good day to you.
Another thing about...
Take care now.
Well, whatever.
Jesus Christ be...
Jesus Christ be praised.
I see you know how to read. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of...
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be... Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Children?
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul.
It's really...
Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
It's really weird that everyone's calling him, like, a boy or, like, a child. But they only live to be, like, 40? You figure, like, he's middle-aged at this point. Well, I mean, they actually live to be 40, but there's, like, old people for some reason. This dude's, like, 60.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it. Sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man's son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Dog man set up the fucking confessional
Father,
bullshit.
Surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Alright, bucko. My stats are all lower than yours. I don't want to threaten him, but that's like the...
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Oh, fuck off.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Alright. Thank you, Father.
God be with you.
God be with you. John Huss. What? Oh, that's his name. Jesus. It's a bit rude. Whose son? The fuck? I guess his uncle's son? I'm not really sure. Oh, can you talk?
Good God, what happened to your Of course.
I mean here. In the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery. With the parish priest.
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not.
Okay, Henry. Learn more about him. What the fuck? fuck am I missing? Need the... Oh my god, you're yelling right in my ear about garlic.
That will make you cry when you cut them.
If you fucking fail the persuasion check the first time, not too sure what, like... Save. Oh, I should have went forward more. Speech by 5 for 2 minutes. Maybe I should use that before I... go talk to him. Apples straight from my butthole. What? Hey. Where's the bathhouse? I didn't realize there was this whole area. Is there a bathhouse here? Yeah. I don't even know. Oh gosh.
Why are you sneaking about like a ghost?
What's this thing? In the evening. Do you have anything to read? I think so. Nope. I don't know, what's evening, like 6? I meant to take it. Shit. Hopefully I still can. Maybe it's like 8. I should wait here, maybe. Or maybe it's at the yellow circle. Who really knows? I've got to eat. Oh, he's there. Okay,
The blessings of our Lord.
And with you, lad. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone.
Why
who didn't
is
make
he
it to the
looking
shelter of
down
the
like
castle.
that?
Parents,
The
girl,
hell?
even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and
He's so
help the parents, but there was
ashamed.
nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my... They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of a church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. Judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. You noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in...
But this is a bit more mysterious.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by folk. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise.
I noticed there's a woman living.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she born. But she cooks and cleans, and, well, as a man I have...
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, if people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things the priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language. I hear he always has a full house. The journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And
Nearly just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold, and they know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted
Oh my God.
by longing for wealth.
He's getting real
They
passionate about it.
shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Oh.
This Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Oh my God, Henry, you got real loud.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Booth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits.
Oh my
and
God,
slaps
you're
on
getting
monsters.
real fucking wacky.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for...
No, I don't.
Henry, what? For the bit, what a bit?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
Like drunk.
Certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundation.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Well, I know something you don't, I guess.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been... Oh, it's getting quite late.
What do you suppose? The best of
Ah, that sounds like a good...
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Good God. I've had a lot of drink. What? There's a way where that you can't convince him. Oh my gosh. They're getting litty.
Enough of this.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
What? But I live here.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
What? Do I have to? Do you actually have to? This is getting real wacky.
Do you have to what?
Fight them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like a bar fight going on. There's just a whole bunch
yeah.
of random people fighting.
I did.
Whoa, who's punching?
Don't see Diddy.
I like that people just walking casually around. Who else wants to fight? Good God, Henry. Don't fall off. Hey.
Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Oh, jeez. It's a bit rude.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody hell. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Ew, what?
Oh.
Is there an orgy going on? Oh God.
Priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Like how he didn't even say anything. Well, I definitely earned his trust.
Well, I have to say that was a fine
Bromance. Why does Henry look like that rather than what I made him look like?
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. great friend, Henry. We have a wonderful time.
Well, you certainly did, you old lecturer. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh my guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about?
She's a woman, I can't listen to her words.
I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Yeah, homie,
Where
you
the
gotta
fuck
give a...
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you. You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Radzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. If the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. If you stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Quest started. Red Day Dorney.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Quest started. Red Day Dorney.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, alright. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
Cool. Can I? Oh. Fine. thought it would do something. The hell? Did I just waste it? Am I in the midst of being drunk, I guess? Oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm just actually drunk. Okay, well that was a waste. Sweet. Lost. My reputation lost. Immediately.
I thought he'd never show up. The swell punk.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Did you?
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Is it timed? Hope not, but probably. Did you do this part?
Huh?
Did you do the like sermon for him? Because you have the option to say no. Oh, right. Cause he says he'll fucking tell you that shit if you do it good. Good God, it's been loading forever. something wrong with it. Good God. Should I turn the game off at this point? Hello?
Huh? What?
It's just been loading for like 6 minutes straight.
I don't know. Turn it off, I guess. Your choice, but
But I just don't know if it is broken or not. I want it to not be broken. You know?